Today we are going to be changing the front sway bar links on our Chevy Avalanche 2004 1500. These are the sway bar links right here. As you can see, the rubber is all cracked, and these two rubber pieces are actually broken off. And up on top here you can see that this is also very cracked as well. So today we're going to be changing those with some brand new ones. And we have the new ones here. As you can see, the rubber is not cracked. It's nice and new. So today we're going to be doing that.
So we're going to be using a pipe wrench to hold the top so that we can break the bolt loose out of it, because this one still has the stock parts in it here. And on the new one, you'll have a nut at the top, so you can use a wrench at the top and a socket wrench at the bottom. But because these are still the stock pieces, you can see the top here does not have a nut on it. So you have to get a pipe wrench to hold that, to break the bolt loose on the bottom. Which we're going to go ahead and do right now. So you just got to get your pipe wrench on the top. Socket wrench on the bottom. And these usually break loose pretty easily, so it doesn't take much. But you got to hold the top with the pipe wrench until you get the bolt loose out of the top end. Okay, it's pretty loose now, and this is going to come out in pieces. So you want to kind of try to hold on to the top piece and take that off first. Okay, the top piece is loose. That's what the top piece looks like coming out. You're going to go ahead and drop your bolt out of the bottom. That's your old rusty bolt. So to make it easier to get the center piece out, you'll have to be able to jack up your truck a little bit to get this control arm to drop down just a hair to release the pressure off of your center piece there. And now that we got the bolt out of the bottom, the top piece out, I'm going to go ahead and slide up your middle piece here. There goes your old bushings. You can see how it was set up in there, like that. So you got your center piece, bolt goes through the bottom, and then there's your top piece. Okay, so we're going to install the new one now. You can see this bushing has a beveled edge here that's going to seat down inside this hole here on your control arm, right on the top. So you want to put that in first, and then take your bolt, which has your lower bushing on it. You can see that's got the beveled edge too, that's going to go up into that same hole. And start that through there. Then you're going to take your sleeve, get your sleeve started onto your bolt. Then next is the washer. I don't know if you can see, but one side kind of dips in, the other side dips out. You want the side that dips up facing towards the top side of the sway bar. Put that onto the bolt next, and make sure you put your other bushing for the top with the beveled edge facing the hole on the top. There's not a whole lot of room to work with doing this. just got to kind of work it in there. And just make sure you get that beveled edge of the rubber bushing into the hole on the sway bar link. This is your top bushing that's going to go on top of the sway bar. So make sure you put that edge down into the hole.
The rounded one, not the flat edge.
And then your washer, you want the dipped in part facing down towards the bushing. The last piece is your lock nut to go on the top. Once you get that all put together like that, you grab your wrenches. It's going to be a 14mm open-end wrench for the top, which we'll use the boxed end so we don't strip the nut on the top. But it'll be 14mm on the top and then a 14mm socket on the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, we got our 14mm wrench on the top. Use the 14mm socket on the bottom. Get this all tightened up. And just make sure you get it nice and tight. You want to look up in here. You want to try to get it so the rubber bushing is touching your sway bar link here, with not a big gap in it, because if you have gaps in it and the nut's loose on the top, it's going to mean your bolt's going to be loose and it'll be going like this, and you're going to tear your bushings up and have to do this all over again.
And once you're done with this, you just do the other side the same exact way, and that's how you change the sway bar links on a Chevy Avalanche 2004 1500. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.